Hey guys, what is going on? In this video I would like to take you through another full day of training, cooking and eating, and besides this I would like to discuss a specific subject. This is basically how to get full quicker on one meal a day with less quantity of food. The reason why I would like to discuss this specific topic is because I got inspired because of a comment I got under one of my previous videos recently. So as long as I can remember, this lady, she does extremely well on one meal a day, but now she reached a point where she wants to start consuming less quantity of food. Basically, she wants to find a way how to get full with less quantity of food a lot quicker, if I can put it like this. So in this video I would like to give you a few tips on how to achieve this, and besides this I'm gonna give you like a little food list. Those are my top foods that I typically prefer to use when it comes to reaching the level of satisfaction a lot quicker, or the level of satiety. It really depends on how you prefer to call it. But in order to make the video more interesting, I'm gonna show you some gym footage with me training deltoids, and in the end of the video I would like to show you a little bit of additional gym footage with me doing all the exercises from this routine with a little bit of flexing, posing, or whatever you prefer to call it. So without further ado, I would like to start with the first tip. You definitely need to understand and accept the fact that there are certain types of foods that will get you fuller a lot quicker, they will get you full a lot quicker, they will keep you satisfied for longer periods of time. And the other thing is true as well, there are other foods, there are actually plenty of other foods that will do the exact opposite thing, which means that they will not get you full a lot quicker, they will make you hungry throughout the day, and they will trigger some cravings and all of those pretty unpleasant things, especially when it comes to not eating for 24 hours. Once you accept this, I definitely guarantee that everything will become a lot easier. Like, everything will become clearer and a lot easier. You have no doubt about it. So the second thing that I would like to give you as a tip is to make sure you're properly hydrated. Like, the dehydration, this is something that plenty of people out there underestimate, but dehydration is definitely something which can cause cravings. Dehydration can often trigger a desire to binge eating, overeating, whatever you prefer to call it. So the third one is to make sure you keep your electrolyte balance in check. Basically, the water and the electrolyte balance are extremely important, especially during the longer fasts, because if you're not properly hydrated, if you have certain micronutrient deficiencies, especially as long as for the magnesium, the sodium, I can assure you that those things can also trigger desire for eating more food, like bigger quantities of food. So besides this, I would like to give you my food list of top 5 foods that I prefer to use to get full and satisfied extremely fast, like extremely fast. The first 3 foods that I would like to mention are virtually all fat foods. The first one is grass-fed butter, the second one is full-fat organic sour cream. If you are able to tolerate that type of dairy, me personally, I will not use always the organic version, I would like to point this out. And the third one are some types of, or some forms of MCTs. Me personally, I prefer to stick with the cold-pressed, non-refined version of the organic coconut oil, but you on your side you can do some high-quality MCT. So if you prefer to use more of a concentrated version or more of a stronger version, if you will, it really depends on your personal preferences. But for me, those are the top 3 foods that I typically prefer to use to get extremely full, believe it or not. And here I would like to mention a detail that I believe it is important. You can get extremely full with all of those 3 foods, and you can get just enough like satisfaction from combining the butter and the coconut oil. Me personally, because of the reason I eat my one meal a day just before I go to the bed, basically I eat and I go to the bed, I prefer to combine all 3 of those. But for the most part, if you prefer to do some stuff after you eat, I definitely encourage you to not overdo your sour cream. I hope that makes sense. So besides those 3 foods, I'm gonna give you like 2 fat and protein food. So the first one, fatty fishes, have no doubt about it. What types of fatty fishes? It really depends what are your personal preferences, and it really depends on what types of fatty fishes you are able to get your hands on, because I typically go with wild-caught troll or wild-caught mackerel. I do not use any salmon. Like, I'm not able to get my hands on wild-caught Alaskan salmon or like any type of non-farm raised salmon. All the salmon that is available in the local grocery store, it is farm raised, and I really don't want to eat this poison. Like, literally, I do not eat this fish. So keep that in mind. And the second fat/protein food that I would like to give you from this list, this is basically the worst food from the list, are fatty cuts of red meat. What type of red meat? Again, it really depends on your personal preferences. For me, those are like grass-fed beef. If you're able to get your hands on bison and you like bison, then go with some fatty cuts of bison. You can also do pork. A lot of people prefer to use pork, especially people who do not train that much, people who do not break down muscle tissue on a day-to-day basis. A lot of them, they prefer bacon over the beef because of the fatty acid profile of the bacon. Actually, the only two reasons why I do not use pork, first of all, is the fact that I hate pork. I do not like the taste of the pork. No, it is not because of any like weird religious purposes. The only reason is the fact that I hate the taste of the pork. And the other reason, of course, is the fact that I really need that protein. And I definitely believe the complete protein from the grass-fed beef, it is probably superior to anything else, along with the complete protein from the free-range eggs. So yeah, those are basically all the tips that I wanted to give you on how to reach the point of fullness or the point of satisfaction. Now let's move to the training session I'm showing you as a background of this video. So the first exercise, as you probably already saw, are standing cable rear deltoid raises. This is how I typically prefer to start all of my deltoid training. I always pre-exhaust the rear deltoids with, for example, 1 or 2 movements. It really depends on how I feel on a particular day. Then I move to the side head and then probably hit a little bit of front deltoids and finish everything with some crazy presses. So the first thing that I did were those rear cable deltoid raises. Then I moved to some face pulls. Nothing crazy, keeping constant tension on the muscle. I do not use a lot of weight. I'm not saying that using plenty of weight it's a bad thing. It's just not the best scenario for me, so keep that in mind. So after the rear deltoid movements, I did plenty of side raises, some seated side raises with dumbbells, some standing side raises, and 2 upright rows. So for the first upright row, I actually alternated between 2 different grips, more of a narrow and more of a closer grip. I used the easy bar curl, and as long as for the second one, I tried to at least emulate the exact same movement, but I actually used dumbbells, and I definitely believe this was a great addition to everything I did previously. So after the dumbbell upright rows, I finished everything with some Arnold presses. Nowadays I'm huge on Arnold presses, and the little tip that I would like to give you, as long as for the Arnold presses, this is something that I personally believe is true and it definitely works extremely well for me, is to always finish with the Arnold presses. If you really want to get this 3D look, the cannonball bells, the old school look, it really depends on how you prefer to call it. I definitely encourage you to use the behind the neck presses or the Arnold presses, or probably both, as a finisher of your training session. Like, pre-exhaust everything and then finish with Arnold presses. I definitely guarantee you're gonna be able to achieve some amazing results. So yeah, in the end of the video, guys, I'm gonna show you a little bit of additional gym footage and whatnot, me performing all of the exercises that I did from different angles, a little bit of flexing, posing and whatnot. So right now I would like to take you to my kitchen, and basically I would like to show you what I ate yesterday. It is obvious, it is a steaks and eggs meal, it is a ketogenic meal. Of course, this is what I do on a day-to-day basis. There is a dessert, of course, sour cream. So without further ado, I would like to show you the first ingredient. The first ingredient are whole organic free-range eggs here in the Pyrex pot. So the second thing is already in the under tension cooker. I did 1.5 pounds of grass-fed beef, topped with grass-fed butter and organic coconut oil. Yes, this is the exact same coconut oil I've mentioned in the beginning of the video. So besides this, the only seasoning I used is this Atlantic salt, but this time I would like to give you like closer view of the actual sea salt, because it is actually an ocean salt. I'm not so sure, because I would like to show the little organic seaweeds in between the salts. It tastes fantastic and it's extremely high in iodine. Those are actually the two main reasons and the only two reasons why I use this exact product. So besides this, I'm showing the organic batch of the coconut oil. Right now I'm about to show both of my main dishes, if I can put it like this. The best way to describe how I prep my eggs is like cooking Benedict type of eggs without the sauce. I don't fuck with the sauce, but I really like that type of eggs, that way of cooking eggs, I guess. And right now I'm about to show the meat with a lot of butter and a lot of coconut oil, and besides those two, I guess, main dishes. Of course, I got plenty of full fat sour cream. You probably already know, if you're familiar with this YouTube channel, the sour cream is something that is really special, and I eat it on a day-to-day basis. This is my dessert basically. So yeah, this is everything I wanted to say. I hope you find this video helpful and useful. I hope you actually enjoyed the whole video. If so, please do not hesitate and click on the thumbs up button down below. Besides this, feel free to give me all types of comments or ask me whatever the fuck you want. It really doesn't matter if it's fitness related or 1 meal a day related, it really doesn't matter. You can also feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content. You probably already know that I'll be so happy if you do this. And yeah, I'm a wrap it up for now. I would like to thank you for watching this video, guys. Please stay tuned for more. Have a nice one and good work getting fuller and satisfied a lot quicker with a lot less food. Peace.